We back. We live. It's me, your favorite TikToker, the Wayne Gretzky of NBA TikTok. You know the other three people around here, so I'm not doing introductions no more. If you need to know who these people are, go look at past episodes. First question is: Will Patrick Ewing be a top three center in today's era, today's league?
Ooh.
No.
I don't think he would be better than Embiid and Jokic, but I'm kind of blanking on who he wouldn't. Oh, but to me, the third center is Cat. So would he be better than Cat?
Yeah, he'd be better than Cat.
I think so because Cat is so bad defensively.
I think he'll be a top three. I wouldn't say that he's better than Jokic or Embiid, but
Wait, does anybody know Patrick Ewing's career averages? How much he averages points per game? Because if it's decent, he's probably be third in the league.
okay, let's just put this way, bro. Like if you
I
look at
got
the
the
Knicks
numbers.
roster,
All right,
like who other players was he playing with?
I think it was just like
It was
Johnson.
21 and 10.
Oh he'd be third.
I Okay. just think about how he was battling Jordan with John Starks and like
Yeah,
Charles Oakley, and so I just took that into account. So yeah, I would say third best player in the league.
I think he'd be better than Rudy. I think he'd be better than Bam. And to me, the third best center is Carl. I think just because Cat is such a liability defensively, and Ewing is a better rebounder and defender than Cat, and he's still giving you 21, I'll take it. I'd take that. That's just me though. So I'd have to
That's
say
not
Shamario,
low.
why you said no, Shamario?
What Breland said. That's why.
That's why
Oh,
you
why?
said no?
No. Oh, Breland said he would.
Yeah.
Actually, I agree with what Breland said.
I think it's hard
So
though.
he would be top three. Exactly number three.
I feel like today's center is not necessarily like it's really just a hierarchy. You got Embiid and Jokic, and then it's kind of a drop off in my opinion.
I was thinking Gobert
You think Gobert's better?
Yeah.
would be over Ewing, but never mind. After I said
Nah,
that,
Not
nah. I
yeah.
can't go there.
I can't either. And I'm not a Rudy Gobert hater, but I don't know. I'm not very fond of him. I don't think.
Everybody know how I feel about Gobert, so I ain't gotta go there.
I think Cat is better than Rudy though.
I think
Yeah. Oof.
Gobert.
It's tough though because they're like polar opposites. Like Rudy is the deep center, Cat's the offensive center, and I mean Rudy's a better rebounder. I don't know. It just kind of. But Rudy gets exposed in the postseason. I don't know. I would probably have to say Cat though is better than Rudy.
Yeah, I think Patrick could be better than Embiid.
Mm-mm.
No,
Nah, I don't want to say that.
neither Jokic.
30
Why
and
he
30,
can't be better
like
than Embiid?
Be,
Embiid's averaging 30 and 13. I think one thing is because Patrick Ewing, his offensive game isn't near as deep as Embiid. Embiid's a three-level scorer with the best post game in the NBA, and he can rebound and play defense. I won't go as far to say he's a better defender than Ewing, but I think that offensive gap makes up for it. And Embiid gets to the line too, and he's an efficient free throw shooter. So I don't know. Do y'all think Gobert's better than Carl?
No, I do.
I do.
Why you think he is?
I have to say yeah.
Carl doesn't translate in the playoffs very well.
I feel because I don't necessarily like when I look for a center, I want them to score, but like I don't necessarily want. I don't know. I just don't like Rudy. Like that's just what's so hard. I don't like him. Like I just don't like him. So it's hard to just be like
Gobert hates strong, man, for no reason.
I don't know why. I hate it.
That's cool.
So I'm not saying he's bad. It's just like I don't know. So yeah. Oh, I got a question though. Since we're on the topic of centers, who do y'all think's better between DeAndre Ayton and Bam Adebayo?
Bam.
Slightly better. Slightly.
Why
I
you
would
think?
say Bam. I ain't seen enough of DeAndre.
I'd probably
I just
say
haven't seen enough. I could
yeah.
like in a year when obviously you got the big contract, and I think the Suns is gonna put him in obviously a main part of their offense now. Obviously with Chris Paul declining, getting older, so
Yeah.
maybe in a year I'll be like, this was crazy, but right now I'm taking Bam.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably say Bam too, kind of for the same answer. But the center position after Embiid and Jokic is very, in my opinion, on an even level playing field. I think you can make a lot of arguments for that 3 spot. So, but that's just kind of how I view it.
Make centers great again. Is Steve Nash a top 10 point guard all time?
Yes.
Yes. Who does not think?
Yes. Give me your top 10 point guard then.
Oh my god.
Oh, you want to hear my
Give me your
list?
top 10 point guard.
Wait, he doesn't have Steve. Bro, come on, bro. Josh.
Steve Nash ain't on it.
All right, go ahead.
Bro, I gotta hear this list.
Magic, Steph,
Mhm.
Isaiah Thomas, Zeke from the Pistons, Jason Kidd, Gabe Payne, Jerry West, Westbrook, Oscar, Chris Paul, John Stockton.
Jerry West can go.
First of all, I would take Steve Nash over Gary Payton, Oscar Robertson.
Oh yeah, and Gary Payton can go.
And yeah, definitely those two.
Gary Payton can go.
Hold on. Why is Steve Nash over Gary Payton?
All right. I think first of all, Steve Nash is a better offensive player. I think Steve Nash, when you look for like true point guard intangibles, I think he has that better than Gary Payton. And I do think a lot of Steve Nash's success is due to Mike D'Antoni a little bit. But I mean that impact he had with that Suns team and how they were at that level of competing, I've never seen that from Gary Payton besides with the Seattle Supersonics. And
I just gotta say, go ahead.
Steve Nash is one of the most efficient players ever. I think he's is at least in the top 3 for the most 40, 50, 90 seasons. He's has the second highest free throw percentage. Gary Payton, can he shoot? I'm being for real. I don't think he can shoot like that. I would take Steve Nash, just like how if I'm at the board, I don't necessarily. It's hard because I think I love Westbrook, but if I'm at the board sometimes, I would question taking Westbrook over Steve Nash. But that doesn't mean Westbrook isn't better. It's just what Steve Nash offers as a point guard, I think, is better than Westbrook. He turns the ball over less. He's a better passer. First of all, team-wise, I think it's also that I saw somebody make a good point. It's hard to build around a player who needs the ball in his hands like Westbrook with that usage percentage as a point guard and can't shoot. And Steve Nash can't shoot.
Yeah.
I would just argue this because he has 2 MVPs. I'm just saying, bro.
This was it's about to get nasty. I'm just letting y'all know right now.
Josh, bro. Every single time
it's about to get nasty.
I'm just saying. You defend Westbrook. No, just let me explain. Because you defend Westbrook with an MVP. Steve Nash has 2. Steve Nash has 2. So your basis of argument is I'm gonna choose Russ. He got a better career, but yet you wouldn't take the player that has 2 MVPs.
I think also the thing with Steve Nash is just the efficiency gap with so many players. I mean, his efficiency is just on a different level, bro.
This was about to go left. If I told you Gary Payton for a career averaged more points than Steve Nash, what would y'all say?
I would probably say I don't.
Wait, does he? How much points does Gary Payton average for a career?
Are we talking about
for a career?
Yeah.
Are you talking about regular season?
Gary averaged
or are we talking
16.
About playoffs?
Gary averaged 16 in the regular season. And Steve Nash is 14 points.
Okay, what about regular season numbers?
Steve Nash never averaged more than 20 in his career. Gary Payton did
what about
1,
playoffs?
2, 3.
How many assists did you average?
Gary Payton also for career averaged 7 assists, and Steve Nash averaged 8. So it's 1 assist difference.
Oh.
Actually,
so that offensive gap is not as big as y'all making it seem.
Okay, when I ask you this, what is the playoff numbers? Steve Nash's playoff numbers, it went up in the playoffs. His numbers
So
went
he
up in the
scored.
playoffs when he
He
played.
averaged
And
I would say
17.
he could be better than
Gary Payton averaged 14.
So Steve Nash is better in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Is he? Because I mean, Gary Payton went to the finals. Steve Nash, furthest he went is to a
how many
Western Conference.
for that peak with Phoenix? How many times did they go to the Western Conference Finals? Twice. I know at least once. I think twice.
1, 2. They went twice.
Twice. Okay. So Gary Payton went to the finals and everyone. All right. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Steve Nash has been more consistently in the playoffs than Gary Payton.
Facts.
Can I say the defensive gap is bigger than that offensive gap?
That could
that's
be fair.
clear as day.
You can say that, but I will also argue Steve Nash could carry something that Gary Payton just can't carry.
What's Gary Payton's free throw percentage and 3-point percentage?
His 3-point percentage is shitty.
Okay, what's his free throw?
72.
Yeah, no. Steve Nash shoots 90.
So y'all rather a man who made it to 2 Western Conference Finals could never get over the hump versus a guy who went to the finals.
Wait,
but you could also argue, but Josh, you say that, but not adding context to it. Steve Nash never.
What context?
Bro, Sean Kemp was arguably the best player on that team, bro. Like that's not. You're not gonna throw that context out there. You say he went to the finals, but you act like he went to the finals as the man.
He did to me. I think he was the best player.
Bro, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Stop, bro. Stop. If you want to say 1A, 1B, that's cool. Sean Kemp was clearly, bro, was a more dominant player, bro. Come on.
No.
All right, bro.
And that whole playoff run for that year, let me see the numbers.
You can take Jerry West out there top 10. Why is Jerry West?
Also,
why am I taking
bro? And then also, why you ain't put Russ in your top 10?
He did.
He is there. I literally have him at 6.
Well, you could lead Jerry West, but Jerry West.
Wait. Real quick, I want to go back to the Gary Payton thing. So I will say this: I just looked up on Basketball Reference. Gary Payton has more appearances in the playoffs, but I was talking about their playoff peak, like through their peak, like a time span of 3 to 4 years. I think Steve Nash is more consistent in the playoffs, but just as an accolade standpoint, Steve Nash has more first-team All-NBAs, and he's led the league in 5 times to Gary Payton 0. An assist. I meant to be specific.
Oh my God.
So, I think that can add to a little bit of the offensive gap, just on the fact that I don't think Gary Payton is on the level of playmaking and passing like Steve Nash. That's just me.
Well, yeah, Steve Nash is a top 10 point guard, bro.
Sorry.
You can't name no 10 solidified.
I just gave you 10
guards. No, because
that's crazy.
Take Gary Payton.
Steve Nash is not a solidified top 10 point guard either.
I think he is.
Yes, he is.
I say top. Not. I don't know about top 5.
MVP.
I don't know about top 5, but top 10 for sure.
Yeah,
top 10 for sure.
Yes.
That Steve Nash career, he underachieved.
But he's going to
talk about a guy.
He's going to
Josh, you cannot say that though. You cannot say that. Your favorite player is Westbrook, bro. I've never heard you say
he underachieved.
Like he's the main player. Thank you. I'm glad you finally came to the conclusion.
That's on his resume. It is what it is.
You've never critiqued him though. That's my point. You've never said he underachieved.
No, because you always want to compare him to Dame. If I compare their resumes, I don't give a damn. Westbrook's resume is better than Dame's. Dame's shit is mid.
And then that's what I'm saying. His resume is better than Gary Payton's, right?
Whose?
Steve Nash's resume.
It is.
To me, it's not. It's not more impressive.
But no. You can't. No. You can't use the same thing you want to say about Dame and Westbrook. It's the same thing I can say about Steve Nash and Gary Payton.
No, it's not the same thing. You compare
yes,
apples
it
to
is.
oranges.
Yes, it is, Josh. Yes, it is.
You're comparing apples to oranges. Actually,
you
compare apples to a tricycle.
Josh, I hate to use this. Bro, he has 2 MVPs. The same thing you say about Russ. The same thing you say about Russ.
You're right, but I'm comparing Russ to somebody who doesn't have nothing, no depoy, never led the league. There's nothing on that resume.
Again, does Gary Payton have any MVPs?
You're comparing apples to oranges once again.
Does he have any MVPs?
He has a depoy though. That's something on his resume.
No.
He has a depoy.
He has a depoy.
That's on his resume.
But does he have 2 MVPs?
Yo, them MVPs is overrated.
No.
Shit is mid. It's on his resume, but they're mid.
Okay.
When you tell me Westbrook MVP is mid, it's the same shit. That's what you tell me.
No. Okay, so I can agree to that. So we can agree.
That's what
we
you
can
said.
agree that some MVPs are mid, right? So we can agree to that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just making sure. I'm just making sure because
I
just want to make sure that we was on the same page. I'm sorry if I got him and got him in trouble.
I got a question for him because I know he's probably doing something, but I want to ask
bro,
him.
This is crazy.
Josh.
My fault if you got in trouble, Josh, and being loud.
Nah, you good.
You think Steve Nash? I mean, not Steve Nash. Like I'll say both of them together because obviously, you think John Stockton and Karl Malone underachieved? Josh,
to a certain extent.
You can make the argument.
I'm just asking
the
for
argument could be there
because I can make the argument that they didn't underachieve because they're going up against, in a lot of people's eyes, the GOAT, not mine, but the GOAT. So how are they supposed to beat the best team ever in some people's eyes?
Breland, the only reason why I would answer that to retort that they got a lot of first round exits. That's why I would say people would say that they underachieved because they have a lot of first round exits to be as great as people put them. To have a lot of first round exits in a resume, that's not a good look. So that's what I think a lot of people would say that they underachieved.
That's fair to say. I've heard a lot of people from what I've heard, they say they underachieved because they like to bring up those finals. And sometimes when I think about it, I'm like, how are they supposed to beat that team? Now they did take them to 6, and I don't know what the first time they played them was. If that was 6 or 7.
It was 6. Yeah, it was 6.
So like it was still like wasn't like they were getting swept or anything. But I'm just like, there's no way they beat that team to me.
Yeah, Jordan was
nobody on the Jazz could guard Jordan. Nobody on the Jazz had a matchup for Scottie Pippen, and they had matchups for Karl Malone. I mean, that you can switch out Pippen and Rodman on him, and then you just put Jordan on Stockton. Like that's just my point. So I don't know if they underachieved. Also, I'd like to make the argument that Steve Nash is over. Maybe, bro, I got to stop hating on Oscar Robertson, but I take Steve Nash over Oscar Robertson.
The Big O.
Definitely, bro. Big O. Wait, does the Big O have an MVP? He got 1.
Yeah.
Steve Nash got 2. I mean, the Big O did go to the finals, but with a top 5 player ever. So that's cool. I don't know. I just don't. I'm not trying to hate because it's your list, but that's just nasty. And wait, why do you think the Steve Nash MVPs are overrated? Because I think one of them, I think he should only have 1 personally. But
yeah, I'm not arguing that. But if you're gonna say Steve Nash's MVPs is overrated, I don't want to hear that shit. I want to hear the same criticism for Westbrook.
But Josh,
that's what y'all tell me all the time.
Why do you think they overrated?
He shouldn't have won them.
Who should have won?
The first one should have been Shaq. The second one should have been Kobe.
Okay.
A lot of people even say that Dirk should have won the second one, but
No, I say the second one got to go to Kobe. That's just me. But I think Steve Nash definitely in there. I think from just off the top of my head, I think he's in that 7-8 range for me. Yeah. I think so.
That's not crazy, but to say he not top 10 is wild to me.
Yeah.
He right there. He number 11. He could be right on the outside.
Right,
he not in his club.
Right,
he outside.
According to his resume, he is in the club.
Nah, he ain't good enough.
Wait, you had Gary Payton over John Stockton?
Yeah.
That's not wild.
Stockton and John Stockton and CP3. Same guy.
Bro, stop the disrespect, bro.
Yeah, stop.
Stop the disrespect, bro.
Don't
the
do
only
I
difference
don't like Chris Paul.
Listen, the only real difference is in terms of play style is that Chris Paul can score more. Besides that, they're the same player.
So let me ask you a question.
John Stockton
Chris
Paul better than Gary Payton, so.
Yeah, I'm about to say, Chris, you could make the argument Chris Paul got a better career than Russell Westbrook. The resume is better because he has the MVP, but the career, So that's what
And
I
Chris
think you
Paul
get
mid.
Stop.
bro. If Chris Paul's
Mid.
mid, what is
Chris Paul
Westbrook, bro?
better.
If
Yeah,
Chris Paul's
Chris Paul
mid,
is
what
not
is
better. We're
Westbrook,
not
bro?
doing this.
Chris Paul
No,
is
let me
better.
ask you a question. If Chris Paul's
Westbrook is
mid, what is
average.
Westbrook?
Average.
Average is
He's
mid.
average.
Average is mid.
Nah,
Average is
like
mid.
nah. Chris Paul is like mid. Like
Stop.
he's just a step below. Like terrible. He's like right
Oh,
Stop.
there. That's mid.
bro.
Like I don't
Get
want to
that
call him
hate
trash,
out
so
your
I call him
heart.
mid.
Chris
So
Paul
he's
is
like
better
a
than
little bit right there.
Yeah, Chris Paul better than Westbrook, and Chris Paul to me top 5 point guard all time.
Yes, same
Oh my
Shamara.
god.
I wouldn't say top 5. That's I wouldn't say that.
He right after Isaiah Thomas.
Okay, you
That's
tripping.
4. That's literally 4.
Yo,
Right,
Shamara.
but he top 5.
Yo, Shamara.
It's
Isn't
Okay,
Chris
so
oh.
hold on. Chamari, who's your
Brother, I
top
ain't hear
5
you.
point guard list?
Number 1, Magic. Number 2,
Okay,
Steph. Number
right.
3, Isaiah Thomas.
Okay.
Number 4, Chris Paul. Number 5, John Stockton.
that's
Oh yeah,
literally like
you
low-key my
drunk.
list. That's
No
Hey,
Y'all
Jason
drunk.
Kidd. She don't got no Jason Kidd. It's
Jason Kidd
crazy.
is over. Jason Kidd is over Chris Paul.
no, bro.
huh? No,
We already got
he's
into
not.
no.
Yes,
Let's
he
already
is.
argue it. We already
Jason
had
Kidd
the
is over
argument.
Chris
Shamara,
Paul.
you can argue it.
You gotta stop.
Jason Kidd is over Chris Paul. I'm sorry.
Bro, J Kid couldn't. Oh my gosh, J Kid couldn't shoot a jump shot until his later years.
See,
Bro,
there we
Bro,
go.
that
that ain't
don't
my
matter,
argument, man.
bro. That don't matter. I feel like the
Yeah, he's
impact in Jason Kidd, like y'all
The
disrespecting
But you
impact.
Jason Kidd.
We
guys
talking
And
understand,
about
John
impact.
Chris
John
Paul has had a
Stockton
lot of
at
impact on teams
5.
too.
yeah, that's
Okay,
crazy. I ain't
so
gonna cap.
let me think
Chris
of
Paul,
mine.
look,
So
Chris
Talking
Chris
about
Paul
mine
went to
was
the
impact
go
Thunder.
with
ahead.
Chris Paul.
Chris Paul went to the Thunder, made them a 5 seed, and took the Rockets to 7. And then with Westbrook and James Harden, and and then he goes to the Suns, and they go to the finals instantly. Now I'm not
Don't
saying that.
talk about impact when it come to Chris Paul, because that
Hold
man,
on,
Bro,
that's
did Chris Paul ever take a team to the finals?
yeah.
Yes,
bro, it was Devin
No,
Booker.
it was
He had a
debatable.
part
Stop,
in
we're
it.
not
I
doing
He had
that.
a
forgot all
part
about
in
that.
it. He
Yeah,
didn't
he
take him
did.
there.
like
Yeah,
It's
he
debatable.
But
did. Yeah.
I will also argue,
Jason Kidd
bro,
was
Chris
clearly the
Paul,
best
the
player on
only
the
reason why I
team.
say Chris Paul can't be above Jason Kidd, bro, because like I seen this nigga flame out too many fucking times, dog.
but also I want to say
I
one thing.
can't get over that, bro. I can't get over that.
That's
That's
cool,
why I
but
have
one thing
Jason Kidd
people,
above him.
that's cool. But one thing people have to realize, bro, is I'm not saying he has excuses for it, but sometimes during those Clipper series, people don't understand the injuries that he was going through,
Right.
or that team.
Bro,
Oh
okay. What can you let me explain this. And I'm gonna explain this because the OKC series, when that nigga had like the turnover, and then these niggas had the lead in like the last 45 seconds, bro. Like that has nothing to do with injury.
That's
Like
cool.
that's what I bring. Like I'm
I'm
sorry,
not saying
bro.
the
And
whole
then,
thing. I'm just saying for some of those playoff series, people just
yeah,
exclude.
they definitely was injured. They definitely was injured. I'll give you that. But yeah,
But that's all I had to say. I'm not saying Chris Paul's resume is flawless. That's not what I'm saying. I just think personally when accolade, I mean, actually, I won't go there. Maybe I think their accolades are a little on the same level. Besides J Kidd as the finals, that's cool. I think player Chris Paul's. I don't know. I just to me when I look at everything that I think Chris Paul just clears the board for me. So that's just why I don't think. I think J Kidd.
the only question I would have about my top 5 would be my 5th.
Who is your top 5 PGs?
Magic, Steph, Zeke. I got pretty much everybody. 4 is Jason Kidd, and then 5, I just have no idea who I would put 5th. I haven't really thought about it.
Braylon, what's yours?
It's your Shamaria. Sometimes I flip. I mean, I did a lot of research on Stockton, so I'm kind of high on him. But I think I flipped that 5 spot between CP3, Stockton, and J Kidd. It's not that J Kidd isn't right there. It's just I think Chris Paul and Stockton are better. That's just me. So right now, as his moment, Shamar, it's the same as you.
What's up?
Huh?
Yeah. I gotta stop loving these mid niggas.
I think it would probably go after that be J Kidd. Oh, Steve Nash and Westbrook are in there. Shoot, yeah, probably Oscar, but he's on the later end, bro. I can't stand him. Bro.
Yeah, he on the later end for sure. Same.
You could throw GP in there. Rose gonna love this. I'm high on Dame, so I think he could,
You
maybe.
Kyrie all-time point guard.
I think Kyrie can. You can make an argument for Kyrie at that 10 spot or in that 10 area too.
Ain't no argument for Kyrie being top
Kyrie
10.
all-time
That's
point guard.
cooked.
What's so crazy about that though? Bro has the finals. He played amazing in the finals. You can make an argument he should have won. Actually, I don't think you. I mean, you can make an argument he should have won Finals MVP. I mean, and people don't realize before he got injured on Boston, because I was just watching a video about this. For the both years before he got injured, each year on Boston, he was top 5 in MVP voting.
Thank you. I be trying to tell people this, but they don't be want to listen every time I say this. I say
Kyrie's track record is terrible.
when it comes to Kyrie.
When was he top 3 in MVP voting, and how many games?
No, but we said for 2 years. Breland just said it for 2 years.
I'm asking a question. When he
year?
was top 3 in MVP voting, how many games did he play that year?
It was before he got hurt. I didn't know the exact specifics. That's all I know.
And people,
I'm not talking 2020. I'm not talking 2020. I'm talking Boston. That's all I'm talking about.
Yeah.
What year?
Like, Kyrie wasn't as bad as people think he was on the Boston Celtics team.
He kind of was, but we ain't about to
No, he wasn't.
Defend your husband. Defend your husband. I like it.
He wasn't.
But, like,
defend your husband.
I'm not a hater of Kyrie. I mean, I think, obviously, now he's gone a little cuckoo, but I don't agree with him playing half the seasons. Like, I want him to play. But
Kyrie was never top 5 MVP when he was in Boston.
Yes,
I'm looking at it, and he's not.
I said, bro, you have to understand. I said before he got hurt, he's not going to be in there if it's for a season.
Oh, yeah, I think it was before he got hurt. But
that don't count. Why do I care about that?
Bro, because that just means
like what?
For his play when he was healthy, he was top 5 in MVP voting. So before he got injured, he was playing at an MVP type caliber.
I need proof of that. If I can't look at it, it never existed.
Here it is, right here.
Where? Right where?
Here.
Bro, hey, bro. I'm gonna pull up Dame was
top I don't even know
10 in MVP voting one of these years, bro. I swear. Y'all niggas be coming pulling up shit out
bro,
your ass.
You know what's crazy? In 2017, 2018, Dame was number 4. Like, Dame was 4 in MVP voting.
Bubble MVP? Mm-mm. Oh, here it is right here.
Dame's been top 10 in MVP voting.
Look, no, I'm not saying, bro, that is too. I'm just saying, like, people act like Kyrie had that one good season in Cleveland, and that's just not true to me.
Look, Josh, you see that?
Nobody can see that.
Yes, you can, dude. Stop. It's right there.
All right, bro.
Jesus Christ himself
after
can
this,
see
send
that.
it into the Twitter chat or Discord or something of that nature. Send it in that.
But I'm with Rose. Like, Dame is good.
I hope y'all know this just helped Rose's argument. Y'all just unlocked Pandora's box.
What? How did that help Dame? I mean, Rose's argument with what?
Now he's gonna talk about how Dame was top 5 in MVP voting. He's about to use that in arguments now. Thanks, Shamaria.
He can do that, but Kyrie was too, so I don't care.
Was he for entire season? Was he for entire season?
And we got a ring. Dame have that. The only MVP, the only thing Dame got to show for himself is the bubble MVP.
Oh, Dame was he was number 6. He got top 5 and top 6.
Man, I mean.
Oh, number 8, top 10.
But what a ring!
I mean,
Dame been top 10 for the last like 5 seasons.
At the end of the day,
for a lot of y'all
it's okay. It's okay. I understand. Kyrie has to have enough. No. Let me say this, Shamaria. I understand that Kyrie can't lead a franchise. He needs franchise. All-time players like LeBron and Kevin Durant to hold him and get him to where he needs to go. So I understand.
Why are you lying?
I mean, tell me a time when he's been successful without those two. He actually hasn't even been successful with Kevin Durant. But no,
Boston.
He wasn't successful.
Yes, he
with Boston.
has. What are you talking about? The first year I laid back off because Kyrie opted out of that season. KD wasn't playing and stuff like that. So the Brooklyn Nets ain't do that good the first year. The second year, we did pretty good. What are you talking about?
You talking about last year?
So
Last year?
No, that's the third year. Their second year is when we ended up making it to the playoffs. Where you lost to Giannis in the playoffs.
That's Eastern Conference Finals. Oh no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Never mind. That was second round.
That was the okay, whatever. Yeah, but I feel like Brooklyn did pretty. Granted that we should have beat. I feel like we should have beat the Bucks, but I feel like 100% to this day I say this: if Kyrie was out there on that court, I think Brooklyn would have beat the Milwaukee Bucks. I think a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people can say that because Kyrie and Katie was giving the Bucks work.
So when Kyrie was on Boston, the first year he got injured in the playoffs. They went to the conference finals. The next year they healthy. They lose in the second round.
Yeah, but we have to add context into that. Let's add context, okay? Kyrie underperformed.
What's the context?
No excuses for Kyrie. No excuses for Kyrie. But I think a lot of the times we forget Gordon Hayward was on that team too, and how that nigga underperformed as well. The coaching was, I ain't gonna say Brad, because obviously Brad Stevens not a terrible coach at all. But Brad Stevens, the coaching situation over there just wasn't fitting right for Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward and stuff like that. And everybody else underperformed as well in the playoffs the year Kyrie came back. And every team just about in the East got better that next year. And then you could also say if Kyrie was healthy that first year that they made it to I don't think they would have won because I just think LeBron was on something that year. But you could make an argument that they would have beat the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2018.
Correct.
So I got a question for you, Shamaria. If I have player A, right, he goes to a team, he doesn't play, and the team goes to Eastern Conference Finals, then that same player comes back healthy,
you're not giving me
a second round exit. Are they not? Who's the better? Is he really as valuable as you making it seem?
I'm not gonna answer that question because Kyrie Irving not valuable.
Wow, okay.
Because you basically trying to say Kyrie not a valuable player when history shows even before that Boston situation, Kyrie was valuable.
Bro,
in the success of the Cleveland.
No, because you were tying his success in Boston, and I'm just saying if they play better without him.
And I admit that they were better without him. I said that. But to act like that was all Kyrie Irving is just stupid. Because like I said, that year that Kyrie got oh my god, that year they made it all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals. Kyrie wasn't playing, but Gordon they were missing out on like they best stars on the team. Gordon Hayward wasn't playing either. That next year, Gordon Hayward comes back, Kyrie Irving comes back, and the coaching situation over there just wasn't right. Like it was more than just Kyrie Irving. And I ain't gonna lie, being a bad leader. It was a lot of stuff that went down over there in Boston.
You had Brad Stevens. Y'all didn't change coaches. Y'all had the same coach y'all been had.
I know that, but when Gordon Hayward come back, when they try to make Gordon Hayward a primary scorer as well or something like that, but Gordon Hayward wasn't even playing like the same Gordon Hayward we had seen before his injury. Gordon Hayward ain't been right since that injury, right?
That nigga ass. He was never nice.
He was decent. To act like he was ass.
That nigga was ass. Well, to me, that nigga ass. Yeah, I ain't have no expectations for that man.
Because when they both went over there, people, I mean, of course, I did. I thought that Boston team was going to do something. But that Boston team had a lot of expectations coming into that season when they got Kyrie and Gordon Hayward.
Gordon Hayward hasn't been nice since Utah.
My point. The injury.
And even in Utah, he was okay.
Anyways, what's the next topic? Because we not going to talk about.
Man, y'all.
The next topic is why is Kyrie mid?
No,
literally,
not mid.
Literally, no. You being dead serious.
If you switch Rondo with Steve Nash, do the Celtics still win that championship in 08?
Prime Nash?
Sure, we'll go
Prime Nash. I would say yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Why?
Because he can still do what Rondo does as far as passing, and still can shoot the ball. And he's a way better shooter. He would just fit.
But that team was ranked number 1 defensively. So if you take Rondo and input Steve Nash's defensive liability, that team's
I,
defense is going to drop dramatically to me.
I will
You're
also
not adding
argue
Steve
that they
Nash.
have the personnel. I wouldn't say Steve Nash has, the greatest defense, but I would say they have enough personnel on their front four, KG, Paul Pierce, and Rondo, especially at that point. They always kind of
Nah,
older.
Rondo's not on the team. We
I
don't
mean,
have
not Rondo,
Rondo.
but
Steve Nash
Ray
taking
Allen,
Rondo's spot.
Ray Allen, and they still had other pieces. I'm pretty sure they still had Tony Allen, right? He's still part of that championship team, right? I mean, who's a other defender? They had another defender on their team.
Kendrick Perkins, James Posey.
But there was another guard.
You only had Tony Allen and Ray Allen. Who?
Yeah, Tony. That's what I'm talking
Sam
about.
Cassell?
So yeah, so maybe you could put Tony out there to like suppress some minutes for defensive stops and crucial times possibly. But like I just don't see how like Steve Nash doesn't just fit in that team.
Because think about it.
So
what was Rondo? Run the offense and play defense, right? So with Steve Nash, all it has to be is run the offense and shoot the ball. So, I mean, that's just really what it's.
I don't think Doc Rivers is going to use him like that at that time.
Huh?
I don't think Doc Rivers is going to use him like that at that time. That team was a defensive-minded team.
I mean, okay, you can say that. I also think, I'm not saying Rondo isn't a great playmaker / passer. I think Steve Nash is better, though. So I think he adds a little bit more playmaking ability than Rondo does. But I get what you're saying from the defensive thing. But my point would just be that I think Rondo not necessarily was a liability from the three, but I think Steve Nash has so much more to add on offense than Rondo. Because what's Rondo's highest scoring year? Because I know Steve Nash's was 18. Because it can't be over like 14.
Yeah, 14, 13.7.
Yeah. So it's just like, I think Steve Nash's offensive impact may not make up for it, but it's something different. That's
so,
it's the win.
Y'all think they beat the Pistons, right? So who is Steve Nash guarding on this Pistons team?
Who is on it? Chauncey,
Rip, Rashid, Antonio McDyess, Rodney Stuckey, Tayshaun Prince.
Rodney Stuckey.
Rodney Stuckey is frying him.
I wouldn't say frying him. I wouldn't say
Rodney
frying him, bro.
Rodney Stuckey is frying him. Come on, bro. A defensive liability like Nash, he's getting fried,
I wouldn't say frying him, bro. Because you also gotta think, nigga, the bigs in at that time, niggas is in the post. So where's he going? Ben Wallace can't shoot. Where's he going?
Ben Wallace is not on this team. It's Rashid. There's no Ben on this team.
But I'm just saying, even Rashid, there's not every player is a skilled player that can shoot. There's somebody in the paint, so there's gonna be somebody who's gonna give help when either he breaks down Steve. So that's
Steve
where
is getting cooked. He can't guard nobody. He's getting cooked.
Again, you think that like Rondo was a better defensive player again, but like I would argue that now that Nash ain't gotta put so much energy on the offensive end, he could possibly use that energy and better be a defensive player. Because a lot of people don't understand, nigga, he was carrying that offense. Let's be honest about that as well. So a lot of that energy got to expel on expending that offense and passing and keeping the offense going in the 7 seconds or less and keep pushing. But if I told Steve Nash, like, I'm not saying he'd be a better defender at this point, but he could put more emphasis on the defensive end and more energy on that end and be focused on that end versus, all right, we understand that you carrying the offense, so we don't care about your defensive effort.
But when we look at Steve Nash, we tied most success with who? Mike D'Antoni, a coach who played no defense, then preached defense. If you put him with a defensive head coach, I don't think Steve Nash is playing defense. I just think he's not built for that. That's just not for him.
I think you're making good arguments. I just think that I don't think Steve Nash impact. I don't think Steve Nash would. I think his impact would even out. So my argument is just that you could say there can be a defensive drop off, but I think, like you said, Doc Rivers is a very defensive oriented coach. So I think if he's a very defensive-oriented coach, he can figure out a way how to cover Steve Nash. And I also think Steve Nash's offensive impact would be better than Rajon Rondo because of the fact of his shooting ability, efficiency, and his playmaking passing. That's just my point. I don't think I don't think Steve Nash's defensive liability is the sole reason why they don't win.
I just if I'm watching a Steve Nash matchup, he's gonna get cooked. So now your defense is gonna be more tired because now they gotta cover up for Steve Nash assignment and guard their man. So now they doing twice as much work because you got defensive liability on the court.
Okay, but that's why they have subs like Tony Allen. I don't know the roster, but yeah, they have people for him. So, I don't know what else to say. Shamaria.
No, I agree with you, Brooklyn. Yeah, I feel like Steve Nash would fit perfect over there on that team.
Fit perfect. Oh my lord.
I get what you're saying, Josh, but I just don't think. I don't know. I just don't think that defensive drop off would be why they lose, because I think he would make up for it on the offensive end.
Right.
So that's just me.
Jaylen Brown or Brandon Ingram? Which one you building around?
Ooh, this is hard.
Brandon Ingram.
It's just because what I've seen from Jaylen Brown, what he did in the finals. He performed. Oh, but I think I think Brandon Ingram's offensive game is better, but I don't know how he is on the defensive end. And it's hard because I haven't seen Brandon Ingram really truly in a playoff stage. Oh, wait, yes, I have against Phoenix, and he played great. I'm thinking Brandon Ingram for some reason. I really am.
Smart.
But I think Jaylen Brown has proved himself. I don't understand why. I personally think Jason Tatum is better, but I don't think there's that much of a drop-off because when the lights were on in the finals, Jaylen Brown performed. Tatum didn't. So I think Jaylen Brown has proved himself to a certain extent where he should have that respect. Because I think, how much does he average? 23, 24, 25?
Who? B.I.?
No, Jaylen Brown.
I think it's 24.
Breland, would you say? Let me ask you a
24.
question.
Go ahead.
Would you say? And I want to ask this to Shamaria too, because she said Brandon Ingram. Would you say Chris Paul outperformed Brandon Ingram in that series?
No.
Why not?
Because I think Brandon Ingram's. I think Brandon Ingram's impact for the Pelicans was bigger than Chris Paul's.
That's a fact.
Okay. Why would you say that?
Because I think the Pelicans didn't have the people for Brandon Ingram to have a bad night like Chris Paul. If he had a bad night, the Phoenix Suns had people to back him up. So I think Brandon Ingram's good games were the sole reason why the game was close and why they were winning. And I think you can make the argument for Chris Paul, but my point would be is if you take away their good games, who has the higher chance of winning? It's easily Phoenix. So it's not to take away Chris Paul. He had a game where he didn't miss a shot. But
I'm just saying, Chris Paul without Devin Booker. I'm just saying, bro.
Chris Paul.
I'm just saying.
Devin Booker without Chris Paul.
Yes.
That would say it that way.
Maybe mid.
How many games did Devin Booker play for? I think he missed a couple of games, right? The crucial games, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I think it was 6 games. And it wasn't that many. It was a very small sample size.
So, all I'm saying is that's all I'm saying, bro. But to answer Josh's question, bro, I gotta see more from Bi. Right now, I'm going to Jaylen Brown.
What more are you gonna see from Bi?
I just gotta see more. I gotta see.
I'm asking,
more
what?
for him, bro. Give me an All NBA selection. Give me a second round playoff appearance, or
I
give
don't
me.
think if
That's not
okay.
crazy, is it?
What
Is
was
it?
his
That's not
averages?
crazy, is it right?
No, that's not. I don't think that's crazy for Brandon Ingram. No.
I think Brendan Ingram, you could
22.
argue, is the better offensive player, but that defensive gap, woo-wee, a little spooky.
We don't care about the. I don't really care about the. I know defense
Of course
matters.
you don't. Of course you
Like,
don't
don't
care
get
about
me
defense.
wrong. I know defense matters.
Of
I'm
course
not
you
saying
don't.
I'm
But
not saying I don't care about it. I'm just saying I know that defense matters. But I feel like it's easier to build around a I don't know.
Bro,
go
I
ahead,
know
go ahead, go
defense
ahead.
matters, but
No.
it's crazy. It's crazy that she say that because Kyrie, you know that nigga don't play no defense.
We not talking. He decent for his size. That's all I'm gonna say.
I beg your pardon.
I said he
What you
decent
mean
for
by that?
his size.
I
What
beg your
you mean by
pardon.
that?
Wait, I got something to say. So going back to BI, I just wanted to, because I didn't know their stats. So for when they played each other in that playoff round, Brandon Ingram averaged 27, 7, and 6, and Chris Paul averaged 23, 12, and 4. So my point is that, I mean, that's relatively Chris Paul stats, but I think Brandon Ingram stat wise probably performed better, more points, more rebounds, and for him being his caliber player, a score first player, and he's not known to be a playmaker, for him to put up 6 assists is pretty impressive to me. So I don't know.
Who do y'all think is the second option over there in the Pelicans? Y'all think it's CJ or BR?
Oh, if I was the GM when Zion's healthy, I would say Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Wait, is Zion healthy?
It's not CJ.
Rose, get that hate out your heart.
But
it's not hate, bro. Just facts.
Yeah,
CJ cannot be the second
McCollum.
option.
Yeah, but
CJ can't be the second option if he's trying to go, farther in the playoffs. We only seen it literally materialize once.
We know because dang.
So it's Dame's fault.
I'll tell you because I don't know what the coach's second option is, but I would definitely say Brandon Ingram. One, because he's younger, and I think his game fits Zion better than CJ McCollum.
Hold on. I know you're not talking. Please don't do that. Please don't do that, Shamari. Please don't do that, Shamari.
What?
You trying to tell me Kyrie got Kevin Durant and couldn't get in the conference finals, but Dan got CJ and he can't get to one?
No, but it's different.
All right, bro.
That's so different,
I'm just saying.
That's so different.
I'm just saying.
Kevin Durant.
Don't kill
Kevin
the
Durant
messenger,
is clearly better than CJ. He's clearly better. Like that's not even a conversation right there.
I'm just saying, don't kill the messenger, Shamaria. I'm just saying, bro.
I think it's different. Let's
Why is it
Brandon Ingram. What Rose trying to compare?
What you mean it's different?
Y'all the one who moved to go. We talking about Brandon Ingram and Jalen Brown.
No, you just keep coming for my guy Dame, so I just got to defend him because he's my favorite player and he played for my team. So you already know what time it is. That's it.
Is Donovan Mitchell a top 5 shooting guard in the league?
Bro, he's a point guard, bro. Say it with me, Josh. Point guard.
Donovan Mitchell ain't no point guard. He definitely ain't no facilitator.
Bro. He's a point guard.
Wait, is Brandon?
They have him last season.
Brandon Ingram a 2 guard or a 3?
He's listed as a 3. He only played point guard for 1 season.
All right, so I'll just say Brandon.
So who's the point guard for the Utah Jazz last season?
Mike Conley.
Yeah,
Mike Conley. It's been Mike Conley.
All right, you got me.
Donovan Mitchell is the top 5 shooting guard.
Rose, hold on, Rose. Do you think you would trust Donovan Mitchell to run your offense? You would trust him to do that?
No,
I don't trust Donovan Mitchell. Period.
Hey, okay.
Nah, that's not crazy.
Bro, Donovan Mitchell has to be one of the most confusing players in recent NBA history.
How is he confusing?
Okay, let me explain. He comes in as a rookie, right?
Mm-hmm.
He beats Ricky. Again, when I say this, Josh, I'm not
I
trying to get no
where
bars
you're going.
off.
I already know where you're going, bro.
He beat Russ. He beat Russ in the playoff series. Everybody hyped him up. But the last couple seasons, bro, he ain't really been that level. Like
it's
people
because
been trying to hype him up.
It's because and I kind of hate that when players.
I would blame Rudy.
Okay, Shamar, I would love to hear this.
I'm just saying, like when you play so good,
it's called
rookie
standards.
year,
You gotta keep playing at them
you
standards.
expect it to get better. It's not like Donovan Mitchell ass. It's not like he been playing ass.
I don't know.
I love me some Donovan Mitchell.
He might be mid.
So it's not. So that's why
he might be mid.
It's just that he just been playing at that same level.
I'm gonna put it like this.
I wouldn't even say that. I couldn't even say that.
This is what I've noticed from Utah series when I've watched. I think a part of their non-playoff success is their coaching staff and Rudy Gobert, because I think the coaching staff has never done a good job of hiding Rudy Gobert on the perimeter. So when you take Rudy Gobert out onto the perimeter, they have no interior defense. So my point is Donovan Mitchell, why people talk about he jacks shots and he takes it like he's a high volume shooter. I think it's the reason why, because I feel like his mentality is they're going to score, but I need to score more. Because if you drag Rudy Gobert out to the perimeter, it's almost a guaranteed bucket every time. You have no interior defense whatsoever. So it's just going to be like, I have to score more. No, I'm not saying that's necessarily the right mentality, or that, and I think that sometimes does affect their playoff success in the bad way, because he has those nights where he's not hitting jack, and they're getting blown out, like they got blown out by the Clippers. So but I think he most definitely is a top 5 shooting guard, because I think Booker, well, maybe Levine, Paul George's still a 2, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he hasn't been healthy. Paul George, Jaylen Brown. I think James Harden's a point guard, but if you want to say he's a 2 guard, James Harden is most definitely in there.
See, this is where it gets tricky for me with Donovan Mitchell. I think he might be in like the same tier as a Bradley Beal.
I forgot about Bradley.
He makes a playoff.
Oh, bro, Bradley's
like
bad. Bradley Beal might be the best scoring shooting guard in the league right now.
Like, is that crazy? On the same tier?
Huh?
Then you got Anthony Edwards. Is he better than Ant-Man?
Yeah, who?
Right. Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro,
what has Anthony Edwards?
Question: is it crazy to say
yes, right now, yes, he's better than Anthony Edwards. Come on, bro.
Come on. Anthony Edwards only been in the league 2 years.
I got a question for y'all. Do y'all think who's the best scoring, like just scoring the basketball? Who's the best scoring shooting guard in the league? Because I'm thinking it's either Bradley Beal or Devin Booker.
I thought it was Zach.
Zach would be better scorer than Bradley Beal.
I thought it was Zach.
I think you just naming names, Josh.
What? What do you mean?
Zach averaged 27. He asked who the best.
The bag, the production. I mean,
who the best?
Dude literally brought them to the playoffs.
You could put Zach LaVine in there. The man almost had a 50-40-90 season.
Is he the best? Like, who number 1? It's
who's
only
the best
like 2 people you can say to
Booker,
me.
But the best
Bradley Beal and Devin Booker. Yeah.
Just scoring?
Yeah. That's what he has.
Just scoring the ball, to me, got to be Bradley Beal. But I think
it's between D-Book. I'd probably take D-Book, but it's between
and that's what I was going to say. If you want to make that cool.
Oh, man. Give me Zach LaVine.
Nah. Zach LaVine not even the number 1 option on his team.
Oh, bro, I don't know, man. I'll say D-Book for scoring.
And that's cool. No, that's cool. Like, D-Book, that's fine. I'm just talking about, like, score. I mean, Bradley Beal was toe-to-toe with Steph in 2021 for the scoring title. Now, I know we're talking right now, but just scoring the basketball, the bag, the production, I got to check the efficiency, so I don't want to say he's extremely efficient. But sometimes the reason why the Wizards are in that play-in area is because Bradley Beal can score the basketball.
Oh, we talking about scoring? So nobody gonna say Paul George. We just gonna forget about him, huh?
I was thinking him, but
yeah, he could be in there. I haven't seen enough of him recently, bro. So it's just like recent memory. I look at Paul. Like the part of the reason I'm saying Bradley Beal is because Bradley Beal is like literally all he is a scorer. Paul George is more of like a two-way player to me. Not saying that he's not when he's healthy on the level of Bradley Beal scoring, but I literally only think of Bradley Beal as a scorer. That's what bro does. He gets the ball and he's scoring. He's one of the best. He's 3-level scorer. So
thanks.
I don't know. That's just why I was asking.
We talking about shooting guards. You could also put
You could put James Harden, but he fell off.
I feel like when he comes healthy, he's gonna shut all these haters up, bro. I'm telling you, bro. People too critical of him.
Yeah, 33-year-old James Harden. Yeah, you shut us all up.
He's wait, I got a question for y'all. I got into a debate with somebody the other day in Clubhouse. Who's higher all time, James Harden or Luka?
James Harden. I'm sorry, but I love Luka, but I think we need to calm down.
Bro, I have all the respect in the world for Luka. I think he's going to be an amazing player. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but people overrate him. Just because you're overrated does not mean you're bad, bro. People thought he's going to be the next LeBron. He's already a top 10 player, bro. Like, pipe down, bro. He's been in the league for 4 years, and I get his 4 years is insane, but that should be pissing me off, bro. Like, he's going to be the GOAT, like, type shit, bro.
You don't think Luka top 10 right now?
No, he is. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying people have him top 10 all time.
Oh, yeah,
like
that's crazy.
All that stuff, bro. Like he's like they do the projection that Luka that he will be a top 10 player. And I'm just like, bro, it's been 4 years in his career. His 4 years have been fantastic. That's very cool to say. But you don't know what could happen for his longevity. We don't know injuries. We don't know if he could drop off. He could choke in the playoffs. He could have black spots in his resume where he doesn't show up. Like, we don't know.
Exactly.
He might never go to the finals, and he'd be in the same boat as James Harden.
And if he is in the same boat as James Harden is still better. James Harden is because I think the scoring debate is hard because you have centers like Kareem and Shaq who are just so dominant that they're almost, they're considered unguardable. Kareem, unguardable shot. Shaq is freaking nature. So sometimes when I like to talk about scoring, I want to exclude centers. So if I exclude centers, James Harden, definitely a top 5 scorer ever.
Okay. Breland, I don't mean to cut you off, but I want to have a watch party where we watch like an old Shaq game or some shit like that because I was watching like the old Kobe game where Shaq fouled out and he took over in overtime. And yeah, we need to watch like older, like because people clearly watching different games because clearly when we debate basketball, it's clearly like people viewing the different things, I guess.
Yeah, I think for the top 5 scorers, there's a lot of names, excluding centers. Jordan, Kobe, KD, Harden. I would throw LeBron in there. Some people say Steph, some people say Melo. I don't know. I'm just like, I think Harden is right there. He's unguardable. So when he comes back, if he is healthy, I think he's going to surprise a lot of people. I do. That's just me.
I ain't got no faith in the beard.
I do.
Wow. No faith
in the beard.
Think about it. This was his worst season, and he was averaging like 25, 7, and 7. Like, that's just crazy.
Okay. No comment.
If you put Bradley Beal on the Jazz, you switch him out for Donovan Mitchell, do they have the same success?
Oh, shit.
Wait, what you say?
If I take Donovan Mitchell off that team and replace him with Bradley Beal, do the Jazz still have the same amount of success?
I want to say yes.
Or better, or worse? What does their success look like?
I think it's the same. Like, I want to say yes, but I don't know. It's hard.
I'm gonna go with the same, possibly better. I could see it possibly being better, but I could see it also being. I don't know. I don't know what's hypothetical, Brody. I can see it being better. I can see it being worse.
Yeah, and I want to say yes. He scores the ball.
Can we say that Bradley Beal could do the same thing Donovan Mitchell does in that system?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Who do you think is a better defender between Bradley Beal and Donovan Mitchell?
They both crappy defenders, but I'll give the edge.
That's exactly what I'm trying to explain.
Though.
I'll give the edge to Bradley Beal.
Okay, so Bradley, so hopefully, so my thing is like this: if you're trying to tell me Bradley Beal's the better defender, even slightly, so they're slightly better on the perimeter defense, Rudy Gobert ain't gotta be the savior for pretty much them niggas just saying like, here's a highway to the lane because we can't stop nobody. Then hopefully maybe they do a little bit better because I can say he can score just as well as
No, Bradley Beal is a better scorer than Donovan Mitchell, and
but that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. So if you're saying they slightly better defensively, because my point of attack defender is, on the defensive, edge on the outside, then yeah, possibly. But that's what I'm saying. It's all hypothetical.
And I feel like from what I've seen, because my dad's a Wizards fan, I've seen when Bradley Beal and John Wall have been in that playoffs, when they played versus Boston and they've been in that little playoff type run. Now, I'm not saying they've gone to the Western or Eastern Conference Finals, but when they've been in that first round type area, Bradley Beal has definitely showed up in those moments. And I think Donovan Mitchell has not recently. Nope.
Boy, I still can't believe they still got packed up by Isaiah Thomas that year. I'm still shocked by that, bro.
That is crazy. So I would say I'm leaning towards yes, because I think their jobs are to score the ball, and when Bradley Beal's a better scorer, and I think we all kind of give Bradley Beal that slight defensive edge. Well, what's there to say? It's just hard to see. I feel like it's not hard to see, but it's weird to put Bradley Beal in a different uniform besides the Wizards.
Shit, he after that bag, he not worried about no playing.
Yeah,
what it matters? He want. Well, let's just about to pay this nigga over 250 M's. He about to be all right.
And that shit crazy. He's living life. Literally, do the Wizards even have an offense, or is it ISO? Let me chill out. I've never seen the Wizards. I don't know what their offense is, and I don't know what Utah's is either. But I don't know.
So we got 2000 Shaq, 2020 Giannis, 2016 Steph, and 2013 LeBron. You got to cut one.
Don't go ahead and cut Bron.
I beg your pardon?
Bro, what?
I beg your pardon?
It's Shamaria at this point.
I was just like, name the people again.
Nah, she was dead serious.
No,
she went straight for LeBron.
Name the people again.
It's
2000 Shaq, 2020 Giannis, 2016 Steph, and 2013 LeBron.
So you said Shaq, Giannis, Steph, Bron.
Giannis got to go for me.
Let me look at their stats.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest, bro. There's one outlier in this motherfucker right here.
It ain't Steph.
Yes, it is.
It is.
No, the fuck it's not.
He's the only nigga in that year. He didn't win. He won an MVP, but he didn't win a ring. He's the only nigga in that year that didn't win a ring.
So that means MVP meaning that nigga was the best player in the league.
Okay, he blew the 3-1 that year too.
So that don't matter. Giannis.
Okay, so
everybody else winning stuff that involved their team that overrates everything.
Let's
put
things in perspective, Shamaria. No, let me break down every.
I'm trying to look up them stats from them seasons.
I don't even need to look at the stats. 2000 Shaq is arguably one of the most unstoppable forces of. Okay, Shaq. Let's go through the list. Shaq out. 2013 LeBron is probably, they say, is arguably the best version of LeBron of his entire career. Yes or no? That we ever seen.
2013
LeBron. Right. So, and then 2020 Giannis. Like.
To me, Giannis.
And then 2016 Steph.
2020 Giannis, even if you want to, no disrespect to Steph. Bro, defensively, what he was doing on both ends of the court. Like, come
2016 Steph.
Yes, he's getting cut. I'm sorry. He's getting cut.
Is that not the year he won unanimous MVP? Or
that's the year he blew the 3-1.
That's great.
Unanimous MVP and that nigga get cut. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I understand that. I understand. I know it's hard to grasp.
And if you take the season in totality, Steph blew a 3-1 in the finals. I don't know why we're discounting that like that did not happen.
Because we're not talking about impact on the team.
Nigga, what the fuck we talking about?
Nigga, we talking about individual player.
I'm talking about the season as a whole.
Y'all talking about everything.
Okay,
you're going strictly off that.
Okay. Shamaria. Even if you want to use that metric, who's the worst defensive player out of that group?
Now we talking about defense.
You just said player for player, so I'm judging player for player, right?
I'm looking up stats.
I think Steph.
For those players,
so it's years. Even if you want to use stats, we still got to use defensive stats, right?
2016.
I think Steph has the. I think Steph has the argue. I don't know if he has more of an offensive impact than LeBron, but he's right there. I think Giannis is the. I think Giannis is the least offensive impact out of these four. I do.
I have to change it from LeBron to Giannis probably.
Oh yeah, you tripping?
Giannis can go. Yo, I'm not getting rid of this nigga who won the first nigga to win unanimous MVP.
Oh,
Shaq really told tale Shaq should have been in the first unanimous MVP,
but he wasn't. It was Steph.
Yeah, because
I'm not getting rid of them. I'm not getting rid of
So let me get this straight. So let me get this straight.
You only care about the regular season.
You would rather have a unanimous MVP. Let me get this straight. If you want to put this in totality, you rather have a unanimous MVP instead of actually winning the championship?
If we just talk about individual players,
no. I'm not talking about player for player.
If you
was a player,
but that's
No. If you was a player in the Shamari, if you was a player in the WNBA, would you rather win an MVP or a championship?
First of all, majority of the times, even in the WNBA, the best player more than likely is on a pretty good team. Not always the case. But sometimes more than likely that's the case,
I don't
right?
mean to cut you off. Just yes or no.
So I'm just saying.
Just tell me, bro.
You are a favorite
MVP or championship, one or the other.
For me individually, an individual accolade, MVP.
All right, bro.
See, I think there's got to be context.
So by your logic, Russ is better than a lot of point guards. By your logic,
no,
because you just said an MVP. No, that's what you said.
This scenario.
No.
This scenario.
So why does the logic change in this scenario and it's not a universal logic? That's my question.
But why are y'all acting like that Golden State Warriors team that Steph Curry was playing on was ass? Granted, that nigga lost. That nigga lost got flipped 3-1. He was up 3-1 and got split. That nigga made the NBA finals though that year. Like
I don't give a damn. Get the job done. I don't give a damn. Get the job done.
You accounting all these other people because they won the finals, but at the end of the day they all made the finals. And this nigga won unanimous MVP that same year.
But Steph is the outlier because he didn't win.
I was going for LeBron. So I was glad.
Hold on, Josh, you're not talking about get the job done when you're OKC blew the 3-1 to the Warriors.
You did. That's on them. That's on their resume. It is what it is.
So y'all making it seem
guess who led the 3-1 comeback? Steph Curry.
And then what happened in the finals after he did that?
Y'all making it seem like Steph Curry.
I'm not on it.
That wasn't the only thing like Steph did that year. He made it to the final and won the MVP. Give me that.
So
Giannis,
oh my God, this is nasty.
Am I not tripping? The year Giannis won the championship, didn't he win an MVP?
No.
Or was that Jokic?
No, it was Jokic.
It was Jokic.
It was the year after. It was the year after. I'm not mistaken.
2019 it was Giannis. 2020 it was Giannis. 2021.
Okay.
2022 Jokic.
So he didn't win an MVP the year he won the finals. But Steph Curry made it to the finals and won MVP.
He made it to the finals and lost.
I'd rather win being the main guy instead.
I would rather Steph would have had a won and won the MVP. Then you couldn't count that nigga out this scenario at all. But
but that didn't happen though.
In 2013, who won the MVP?
LeBron.
2013. I think it was LeBron. Wasn't that one of LeBron's MVP?
It was LeBron.
Yeah. So then the year Shaq.
He really know.
Shaq won his MVP. Yep, he won the MVP. He won that MVP the year that he won the championship. 2000. Yeah.
Okay, so me seeing Giannis being out, I don't think that's very much.
Because
everybody else was still in. They won MVPs and made it to the finals.
But yeah,
Giannis the only one out of those four players who just won, and I'm happy he won it. Who only won a championship and didn't win an MVP.
I think we're on different pages. I think Josh and Rose are talking about for a totality of a season, which is completely fine. I'm more of looking at of just what I know them as a player, and I think Shamari is too. If we want to talk about who had like season wise, then Steph would probably get cut. But also, didn't Giannis lose to the Heat in 2020?
He was talking about 20. I thought you were talking about this championship year.
Me
That's
too.
what I thought he was talking about.
So what year you say of Giannis?
2020, he did not win.
Listen, I'm talking about championship year. The question wasn't flip side to a year. I'm thinking their championship year, what they did.
Giannis didn't win a championship.
He's talking about Giannis in 2021. How about that?
If it's 2021, that's different. That's different because
I was confused because I thought again, bro. I smoked brilliant. I know you like how old are you, Brody?
15.
15. So this is where we come in adult kind of spaces, bro. I smoke a lot of weed, so my memory isn't the best. So my years get kind of tangled up. But I'm pretty sure me and him were talking about the championship years.
Oh yeah,
to me, that's where I would cut Steph because I view winning more than I view individual success. I just view winning because I would rather win than have individual statistics. That's just me personally.
If you bound to be it,
and I think that's different because 2021 Giannis, I think his game more of evolved from 2020, just because I think he stopped trying to in 2020. I think he stopped trying to improve his game and just focus on his dominance, and he was just so dominant during that finals, and he made his free throws and stuff. So I think that's a different argument. But I was thinking 2020 when he in that bubble season, and if it's 2020, I think Steph stays. If it's 2021 Giannis, that's tough. That's very tough.
If it's 2020 Giannis, of course Steph stays. But if you're talking about the year that Giannis won, I'm taking Giannis and I'm cutting Steph.
That's fair to say.
That's
I'm
just me though.
Regardless.
Stop it, Josh. Josh, bro.
I
take 2020 Giannis over Steph.
You gotta get that hate out your heart, bro.
Listen, the babyface assassin, the light bright, he gotta go. He
just don't like other point guards that's better than Westbrook.
Everybody better than Westbrook, bro. He hate.
Nah, it's not even that.
It is it.
It is, bro. You talking about the 3-1? You still mad about the 3-1?
Hold on. Still, what other point guard I hate?
Dame and Chris Paul.
Dame is mid.
Yeah, you hate Chris Paul, which is dumb.
Thank you. Name
Chris
two
Paul
mid point guards.
OKC team when Russell Westbrook left that team and shit.
That team wasn't garbage. Like y'all making it seem like
and
that
Chris
team was
Paul.
like just,
what was their
come on, bro.
What was their expectations going into this season with Chris Paul?
What does that mean?
That mean a lot. And Chris Paul overcame those expectations.
What does that mean, bro? They were still a first round exit. It'll be more impressive.
Stop because because that little like the impact Chris Paul had that for that team. No, stop.
The roster ain't as bad.
That what Chris Paul did with that OKC team after I saw them expectations of them going into that. No, ain't no other point guard in the league doing that.
So you telling me you like point guards that exceed expectations?
Chris Paul, I like the impact. Once I see their impact.
No. I'm just asking you a question. You like point guards?
I said the impact. Yes.
Okay, and I'm asking you because you said it was projected that Chris Paul was going to do such, and he exceeded those expectations.
Well, not Chris Paul, but the team in whole.
But okay, and you're pertaining that to success to Chris Paul, correct?
Yeah, and other players, yeah, but a lot of
no. You say no other players. You say Chris Paul.
I'm saying other players, but Chris Paul got a way of it. We know this. Chris Paul got a way of impacting a whole team. Okay. Okay. If Chris Paul wasn't on that team, them players not playing like that.
Okay.
And you only play like that because Chris Paul up there.
That's cap. That's cap.
This is where we have the disconnect because you're trying to say because of expectations, they were expected to do worse. And Chris Paul in his impact had them better, correct?
Yeah, Chris Paul in the team
so you like with. So why? So in that situation, I'm just gonna be quiet, bro. I'm just gonna be quiet.
His head hurt. Should be moving the refrigerator. It's okay, bro. We understand.
I'm not. How did I move it,
bro? Because my nigga, if that's the case, and you hooping, hoppling, and hooring for Chris Paul, nigga, you should be doing that same shit for Dame.
I can't do it for Dame.
Dame expectations before the season are ass, nigga. We be missing the playoffs every single year, and this nigga still dragging to the playoffs every year.
We don't have no expectations for Dame, to be honest.
No,
we
really don't. And I think that's the issue right there with
that's what I'm trying to say. He exceed his expectations. Is what I'm trying to say, Josh. That's what
he
I'm
has
saying.
a point there.
Because don't nobody stepping up for them. What are we talking about?
But he's
nigga, they didn't have no expectation for Chris Paul that year, and you still hyping up Chris Paul.
Not just specific. Oh my gosh, you make me.
I'm just
saying.
No expectations that year.
Are you digging your grave?
Expectations.
Keep digging your grave.
Because what I'm saying is, Damian Lillard expectations is just to normally be like a top 5 point guard in the league. Is that? I think no. That's the expectation.
Shamari, this is where I kill you. What was Chris Paul's expectations that year?
Chris Paul as a player?
No. What was the Thunder and Chris Paul expectations that
Thunder.
Year?
Are we gonna talk about specifically just Chris Paul, or are we gonna talk about the team?
I'm talking about the Thunder. What was the expectations for the Thunder that year?
Yo,
not to be
flopping.
Not to be as
like
good as they ended up
being.
being.
Flopping.
Hey, no. So the expectation was not to make the playoffs, right? That's what I'm hearing, right?
Not to be as good as we thought they would.
Okay, thank you.
That's
okay. I'm glad we're on the same page, Mario. So when this Dame hate get out your heart, you can admit that he actually exceeded expectations.
Yeah,
you do.
It's complicated with Dame, man.
So how's it complicated with Dame?
Because why are we acting like that Portland team that Dame was on why are we making it seem like that team was trash? Rose, it's like you
just tried to do it for OKC. So, you really just did it for Chris Paul.
Nigga, they what? They was worse than the Portland team. What are we talking about?
No, they wasn't.
Yes,
if I look at that roster,
if I'm not mistaken, like Shy at the time wasn't Shy like a rookie at the time?
No, he wasn't even close to a rookie.
Yes, the fuck he was.
I like this topic.
No, I'm dead serious. He wasn't.
No, he wasn't. Yeah, you're right. Because he was with the Clippers at first. So he wasn't a rookie. You right.
Y'all are wild, bro. Y'all niggas.
That was his
Chris Paul. Better.
That was like his 4th year in the league. It was his 3rd.
All right, bro.
It was his 3rd year in the league.
Oh,
next subject, bro, because Chris Mario just don't like to
be
be
objective.
A
dead horse.
When it comes to the goddamn, when I came to him, come on, nigga, Dame. We just gonna have to agree to disagree.
What's the next topic, Josh?
Let's see what happens when you're a Kyrie fan.
Man.
Nasty takes.
Shoot. I had one. I lost it,
though. Let me see something.
You already heard my nasty ones for next year, so I don't know what other ones I can say.
I need to hear it again.
I said Dame will make an All-NBA team next year.
Hell no.
And I said that. Oh, you think Kyrie gonna make All-NBA team next year?
I never said that. No, I don't.
I got a nasty take. Lakers are going to be a top 6 seed.
Oh yeah, you drunk as hell.
Today too.
You drunk.
I'm being for real.
You drunk as hell.
Well, I got a WNBA hot take, but I don't know.
No, I already heard my hot takes, but that's it.
Connecticut.
The Blazers will have a better record than the Lakers next year. So that's what the other say. Yes.
Connecticut Suns losing to the Dallas Wings.
Nigga, we don't watch WNBA, my nigga. You talking to a brick wall.
I know Dallas Wings is mid. I know that much.
That is very mid. They not
I know that for a fact.
I don't have to win at all.
I know that. I know they
not
mid.
Good.
I know they mid. I know that.
They very mid, but they won today.
See,
they beat Connecticut. So they gotta win one more. If Dallas win the next game, then Dallas win. Because it's the best out of 3.
Oh, I got a hot take. And I don't fully believe this, but I want to believe it. Actually, I do. I do believe it. I'm gonna call it. Hold on. Next season, Darius Garland will be a top 5 point guard.
Okay, so who he gonna be over?
I think he'll be at that 5th spot. I think the top 5 point guards in the league right now are Steph, Luka, Trey, Ja, and then that 5th spot, it's playable between CP3, Kyrie, Dame. I think Darius Garland gonna be that 5th spot.
Kyrie is crazy.
Dang, that's right.
You're disrespecting Dame too much for me, bro.
It's just,
I'm sorry. Like,
I think Darius Garland's in a better position than all of them at this moment. moment.
Yeah, I can see that. But
And I'm
top
high on
five.
his game. I think his game fits. Well, obviously he's younger. I'm not saying these games fit. I like that type of player that is a great passer and playmaker, but also an elite level shooter / scorer type thing. So I don't know. I think his game fits very well, and I think for Cleveland to go into that play-in type thing, because they really should have made I don't know. I'm not very fond of the plan, so my opinion, from where they were in that playoff standpoint, and they're at one point literally like a top 3 seed for like a couple weeks. Now it's not about where you start; it's about where you finish. But I don't know. I think Cleveland's got a lot of potential. Evan Mobley, Garland.
Okay, before we go, I gotta ask a question to y'all. Do y'all think that the play-in should be only reserved to like a certain amount of games? Meaning that like if I'm like 10 games above the next seed, like I don't feel like a play-in.
Yes, that's
is
what
necessary.
I hate. Like that's
But if I'm like 2 or 3 games behind these niggas, then I feel like a play-in is necessary.
That's fair to say. I'm kind of with you because like Minnesota last year, I did not believe they should have played in the play-in because they had a winning record and those other teams didn't have a winning record. Like that's unfair to Minnesota. Like I'm not a fan of the play-in. I'm really not. I think the play-in for the time period that they introduced it was a good idea, but I think it should just be 8 teams. That's just how I feel.
It look like the play-in is here to stay, though, my guy.
Sadly, and like
I'm not mad.
As a Lakers fan, even if the Lakers made the play-in, I wouldn't. I don't think they should have. There's no way last year the Lakers had a shot to be in the play-in.
Oh, bro, you a Lakers fan, bro? Oh yeah, y'all about to
He's a
dunk on you
LeBron
all
fan.
next season.
He's a LeBron fan.
No, I'm a Lakers fan, first of all, but I am.
Are you a Lakers fan or you a LeBron fan? Be clear.
I'm both. I swear I'm both.
Okay, so as long as season, so I can dunk on you all season because I hate Lakers fans. I hate anything that reside purple and gold. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
They're
But
gonna be better than
going to the finals. Braun gonna win MVP, Finals MVP, and yeah,
bro. You wasn't the
we gonna get Westbrook out of here. We gonna trade, and then we're gonna.
Who are you gonna trade for him?
I think.
Nah, I'm kind of trolling at this point, but we definitely are gonna be a top 6 seed.
All right, bro. We're gonna see.
I think the Memphis Grizzlies.
Bro, first of all, if the Lakers play the Grizzlies in a the Lakers are Grizzly K. We smoke Grizzly Pack all day.
That's a fat lie.
Okay, so
the last time
what
we
was
played,
you about to say? Shamari, what was you about to say about your Grizzlies before we get off?
They made.
They're gonna be top 5 in the West.
Number 1 seed, they're gonna go to
the bro.
Top 5 in the West. So I'll be on the lookout. Desmond Bain gonna end up being
bro. This Desmond Bain train gotta stop.
It needs to continue.
Desmond train, guys.
Desmond Bain gonna be about top 5 shooting guard, undisputable by
top
the end
5?
of the season. That's not even a stretch because he already top 10.
Yes, it is.
That's not a stretch.
Top 5 is a stretch. Yes, it is.
You can't name top. No, you can't. You cannot name. No, you can't.
Yes,
no,
you can.
You can't name 10 shooting guards better than Desmond Bain.
No, I can't.
I said 5.
That's why I don't think it's a stretch because he already top 5. If Desmond Bain keeps playing like this, I guarantee you,
he's
not. He'll end up being top 5 by the end of next season.
So Mario, who are your top 5 shooting guards?
Right now.
Not
even the shooting right now.
Of course, I gotta do right now. I can't do after next season. The season ain't even started yet. So right now, no specific order.
No,
Devin
do order.
Booker.
I need no.
No.
I need order.
Why do you need order?
I need order because I need to know where you put Bam at. Order. So I need order. I really don't care for your spot.
I can say it off the dome of my head though.
Paul George is number 1.
Like that 7,
so tell me who's number. No, just tell. So tell me who's your top 5 shooting guards in the league right now.
So we got
Paul George.
Why do I have to say an order?
Just go
because it is better.
Devin Booker, Bradley Beal.
This is in order?
No, I'm not doing no order. Devin Booker, Bradley Beal. Why do I have to? Because y'all gonna be like, who you gonna take out? Who you think gonna be better?
Because we don't. Because I don't need to know exactly who your 5th is. If you do it out of order, I don't know who your 5th is.
Okay, number 1, Devin Booker. I'm not gonna add Paul George because that nigga ain't back yet. Well, he is back, but no. Devin Booker. Bradley
Shit, I was
Beal,
gonna say
Donovan Mitchell, Anthony Edwards.
No Zach LaVine?
I'm gonna have to put Zach LaVine.
No Jaylen Brown?
She had Bradley Beal at number 2.
Okay, see, that's why I didn't want to say no specific order because I couldn't mention off the top of my head my specific order.
So who can Desmond Bane be over then? Or your 5? Who's Desmond Bane?
Anthony Edwards.
No.
He can be over Anthony Edwards.
Why do you think that?
Because the potential is there.
But you also have to realize, like, to Anthony Edwards' situation is better that he's going to be primarily in the ball. Ja and Jaren Jackson are the. I mean, you're a Memphis fan. Are they the first 2 option, or is Desmond Bane the second option?
Is Desmond Bane? You could argue is the second best player on the team and the second option. I think Desmond Bane is the second option on the team, but you could also argue that Desmond Bane is the second best player on the grid.
When you have a player like Ja who needs the ball in his hands, rightfully so, I just think that is gonna. I think that's gonna sway people in the conversation when his averages aren't going to be to that level of Zach LaVine, Jaylen Brown, because they're going to have the ball in their hands more.
But that's the thing. When Ja Morant be having off games, who take over? Desmond Bane. We saw that in the first round versus Minnesota.
So what about Dylan Brooks? We're going to write off
Dylan Brooks come back, but Dylan Brooks is going to be the 3, right? Dylan Brooks play the 3.
Your team better than me.
I think Dylan Brooks played a 3, but that's gonna be iffy. But Desmond Bane and Dylan Brooks, they played together in the Timberwolves series, and Desmond Bane still played better than Dylan Brooks. Dylan Brooks did not play like himself when he came back from that injury. Everybody was playing better than Dylan Brooks. Memphis fans
because he's coming off injury.
Take that nigga somewhere else. I mean, true, but still, Dylan Brooks. I think Dylan Brooks is now the 4th best player on the Memphis Grizzlies. You could even argue that because of the Steven Adams impact and his rebounding and shit like that. Memphis, so I think Desmond Bane gonna be better than Dylan Brooks and Jaren Jackson.
Ooh, but they're not.
Better than Jaren Jackson is a stretch.
That's not a stretch.
Jaren Jackson,
for me, it is.
I think
Jaren Jackson is a stretch.
It's not a stretch at all.
Because that's you can argue your best defender.
You could argue best defender, but don't get me wrong, Jaren Jackson is good offensively too. Desmond Bane give you defense and a nigga can shoot from just about anywhere on the court.
Is it a hot take?
Jaren Jackson can do the same thing.
Already top 15 all time.
Who?
Is it a hot take to say that Giannis is already top 15 all time?
No.
He like number 13 on my list all time.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think that's wild.
I got James Harden top 20. I'd say that.
That's insane.
That's not wild. That's not.
That's very all time.
Yes, bro. I'm trying to tell. I'm not.
I
16, 17.
I start ranking ringless players like 25 and on. That's when the ringless players start getting ranked.
You know what's crazy, Josh? Is all the people in front of James Harden, they can't guard him. So I mean, that's
Oh, please, not that argument. Oh Lord.
Oh my God.
That's not my argument. I'm just saying it's kind of funny.
Oh
and
yeah,
so because
gonna be a top 5 point guard.
So Breland, so because I can't guard you, I'm higher on the all-time list.
No, bro.
That's essentially what you just said. That's what you said.
Yeah, I did say that, bro. All right, don't take that serious. I'm just saying it's kind of crazy to think that. Let me put it like this: how many people on that top 15 to 20 range are more unguardable or better offensive players than James Harden? Not a lot.
The majority of them.
Lot.
No, my list is the majority.
I hear you, but I don't see too many greats get. I don't see too many greats getting subbed out in crucial playoff games. And teams actually pull through.
That's fair to say. That is completely fair to say.
Like, I still can't believe this nigga won without this nigga in the entire. Like, he wasn't even in the game. Like, he wasn't even playing decoy. His ass was on the bench. Like,
yeah.
That's the only thing I would have against James Harden, against the other greats.
That's cool.
Yeah, Manson's gonna be top 10 point guard.
All right, bro. This is what we gotta end the show because nigga just saying shit now.
How is that bad? You stop. When Ben
How
Simmons
was
on the
that
court,
good?
you not naming 10.
How was that
Name
good?
when Ben Simmons on the court, you not naming 10 point guards better than Ben Simmons. I don't
That's a
care.
role
I
player.
can
He's a
name
role
5. I
player.
can name
Mute
5
up.
right now.
I give
He's
you 5. Yes, I didn't say
he's a
it's gonna
role
be top
player. Mute
5. I
up.
checked
I
it
could
2
give you.
times
Okay. So if you said name 10 point guards that's better than Ben Simmons in the NBA right now.
Well, I think
by
I
the
could do
end
that. I
of
think I
next.
could low key do that. Hold on. All right,
You
ready? So
actually
the top
can.
5.
He's mid. He's a role player.
Okay,
Wait. Hold on. All right. So the top 5 that we can agree on is Steph, Luka, Trey, Ja, and let's just throw CP3. Right? That's cool.
Luka,
That's 5.
Luka?
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So
That's
the
cool.
other 5 are So then Dame and Kyrie both better than Ben Simmons.
But going into next season, Kyrie might be a shooting guard, so I wouldn't even count Kyrie in a point guard.
I said Trey. I already said Trey.
Okay.
What's it? Garland will be better than Ben Simmons. I don't care. Shit. I want to say LaMelo.
No.
Bro, LaMelo.
You can't name 10.
I could
you
say
not naming
LaMelo,
10 point
depending on
guard.
if he take a leap.
You can't name no.
And that 10 spot is low-key open. You can have Drew Holiday. You can have Fred VanVleet.
But I'm not putting Kyrie because, like I said,
What about
if
De'Aaron
Ben playing
Fox?
the 2, if Ben Simmons playing the 1, Kyrie
De'Aaron
playing
Fox.
the 2.
He's nice.
No.
D Fox.
No.
He need to get out of Sacramento.
Yo,
That's a fact, bro. You can't hate on him. He's literally in the waistband of the NBA.
Drew Holiday definitely
I'd
better
say
than
Drew
Ben
before I
Simmons.
play.
Yeah, I would take Drew Holiday over Ben Simmons at this moment.
But that's what I'm saying. Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. I said by the end of the next season.
Oh, okay.
You not naming
by the end of
point
next
guards
season,
is
bro.
gonna be better.
Do you, Shamaria? Do you honestly?
What?
James Harden.
Can this nigga
James
play 50
Harden. James Harden
games
gonna be
next
way
season?
better than Ben Simmons.
Let's get to this nigga to at least play 50
LaMelo,
games next season before you say that.
First of all, Kyrie out of the conversation. LaMelo not gonna be better than Ben Simmons if Ben Simmons come back. No, I don't think so.
He is.
At the point guard
James Harden most definitely gonna be better than Ben Simmons.
You can say James Harden. That's a definite yes. Y'all only gave like 8. Y'all still ain't even gave it.
We only gave like 8. She can't count.
Fred VanVleet.
No, I just said Kyrie don't count, and y'all said LaMelo was a no. LaMelo, no.
No, you said LaMelo was a no. We never said
LaMelo
that.
A no.
That's what you said.
Fred VanVleet, no.
Okay,
so why has been balling out? Don't diss on Fred VanVleet.
And I love Fred VanVleet, but no, he's not gonna be better. If Ben Simmons play point guard next year and come back good, he not be a better.
Why is he gonna be better? See, that's the problem. If he comes back good, that's the problem with it right there.
If
that's
Westbrook
why
gets
but
in
I
the right
feel like
organization,
Ben could come back very mediocre and still. Oh yeah, Russell Westbrook. I doubt that anyway. But Ben could come back very mid and still be a top 10 point guard. I feel like.
No, what? How you gonna be top 10 in your mid?
Very mid.
This is crazy, yo. This is crazy, yo.
I think he could.
This Nets bias is crazy. This Nets bias.
It's not Nets bias. It's bias.
It is a bias.
On Ben Simmons coming back and how he gonna be able to be.
So we're talking about a guy. Exactly. He has never improved since he's been in the league. Literally, never improved.
When Ben Simmons was playing before all this commotion, where was he ranked in top point guard? No, I'm asking where was he ranked
chair.
He wasn't top 10. He wasn't in my top 10.
That nigga was not top 10 point guards when he was playing for Philadelphia.
You're talking about a guy who averaged 14, 6, and
why are you
14,
lying
7,
like
7.
that, Josh? You're literally just lying.
That's literally his numbers. I'm looking at his numbers right now.
Okay, so who are 10 point guards better than Ben Simmons?
Well, wait. If we're talking about when Ben Simmons was on Philly, Westbrook was better than Ben Simmons because he was on Houston or
that's
Washington.
a fact. I agree with that.
You could argue Shai was better than him.
Garland wasn't even. But then
again, Garland was not. Garland wasn't even in the league. That's crazy.
Right. So Garland would be out of that conversation.
Shai was better than
Trey
him.
stayed.
I don't give a damn.
Okay, whatever you say. And they play 2 different positions, so I'm not gonna put that.
Shai was better.
You're lying.
He's a Thunder fan. That shit don't count.
Yo, I don't understand.
Hold on. DeJounte Murray?
This is nasty, bro.
I'm just throwing
better.
Oh my God, I forgot about DeJounte.
No.
All right, bro.
See,
DeJounte averaged 21. DeJounte averaged 21, 7 rebounds, 9 assists, and like 2 steals.
Playing for who? The Spurs. Of course, he gonna average that playing for the Spurs.
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
Now
because the Spurs was ass.
I'm
not gonna get DeJounte points for scoring on the team. That's sorry.
Oh man,
I'm not doing it.
At least he on the floor versus a nigga who still
yeah,
off
I
the
get
floor.
Devontae.
He didn't play all last year.
I get
last year. How you defending this nigga?
because y'all
he's mid.
here.
Can we just
y'all
like,
telling me when Ben Simmons was playing for Philadelphia, there were 10-point guards better than Ben Simmons.
Yes,
bro.
He's mid, just like Russell Westbrook in Dame's career.
This man made an all NBA team and was somehow not a top 10 point guard during his time on Philly.
He wasn't. To me, he wasn't.
All NBA defensive teams, right?
He got an all NBA team. 2019, 2020, he made an all NBA team.
Bro.
He got a two-time all offensive.
He put up 14, 7, and 7.
A steal champ
you can't
and
be
a three-time All-Star. And
I'm sorry, you just can't be top 10 with this
10
number.
point guard when he was playing for Philly.
14, 7, and 7. Yeah, you're not top 10. I'm
crazy.
sorry. 14, 7, and 7 is crazy.
And Josh, I don't even know how you saying this. When Ben Simmons is not him player and your ass like defense.
I do.
Because that was I
think his defense is overrated though. His defense is overrated, like to a certain extent. Yeah, his defense is
Josh,
overrated.
is it mid?
Like I seen him get cooked by a lot of good point guards.
Yeah, like Trae Young. Trae Young averaged 30 and 10 on him.
Though.
Like he's mid.
Like he not this. I never seen him. So who did he ever like shut down?
I don't think it's a reach. I don't think it's a reach.
He hasn't shut down nobody.
No.
Top 10.
Shamaria, you talking about Shamaria, you talking about Ben Simmons. If he played even decently in that Hawks series, they beat the Hawks.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, so mid is above decent, right? Mid is above. I think mid is above decent.
Yo, this man put up 12 points in the playoffs. Oh my god.
Okay, then I'll
rather
back.
have some decent weed than some mid weed.
Okay, then if Ben Simmons played decent, coming back, playing for the Brooklyn Nets next season, Kyrie not gonna be over Ben Simmons on the point guard list because Kyrie not gonna be a point guard. If Ben Simmons play the point, he's gonna be a shoot guard. So I'm not gonna sit here and say Kyrie gonna be above Ben Simmons.
How Steph
that
Curry
don't count.
outscore you? That's sad. You let Steph Curry outscore you in the playoff series? That's sad.
Because Steph is a shooter, man, not a shooter. But
yeah, Ben can't shoot for shit. He's a liability on offense.
Right, and I'm
he averaged 21. He averaged 21. Hey, that's crazy to me.
You know what? Because y'all ain't even trying to listen to what I'm saying. You can go ahead.
Yo, Steph Curry not even a fourth best player.
Y'all not trying to listen to what I'm saying. So you go ahead.
Nah, Shamari, I don't think it's crazy to say what you're saying, but I'm just kind of trolling.
Is the fourth best player on that team? Is he a top 3 player on that team? Steph Curry. Just yes or no? Is he a top 3 player on that team?
If we keep in the same roster and KD don't go nowhere, Steph's probably the best.
No, I'm talking about the Sixers. I'm talking about that Sixers roster. When they lost to the Hawks.
Was Steph outplaying Ben Simmons?
Pretty much.
Most definitely.
Okay, then yes. During that series, he was Seth was the second best? Is that what you said? Second best player?
You could argue the second best player between him and Tobias.
There you go.
So Ben Simmons,
but that one career don't define your whole. That one series don't define Ben Simmons. I mean, it do, unfortunately, but I don't think one series defines a player's whole career.
He's been in the league 4 years, and
because before that series, like Ben Simmons, I don't know what the fuck your top 10 was during that time when he was on Philly. But a lot of people have Ben Simmons as a top 10 point guard in the league when he was.
Just
on
to
Philly.
add to Shamaria's point, I know this isn't just to add that people actually did. Colin Coward had Ben Simmons like a top 5 player at one point.
Listen to who he just quoted. Look who he just quoted.
No. That's why I know. That's why I'm laughing.
That's a troll, bro.
All right, bro. So is this it, bro? Because I gotta go.
Yeah. Ben Simmons is mid. KD is the greatest skill player we have ever seen.
Bro said he's about to be the greatest role player ever, bro. That's crazy.
He's the greatest specialist we ever seen.
Bro, you literally said the other podcast he's the best role player ever.
And I thought about it. He's not even the best role player. He can't even be that because you got Scotty, Robert Horry.
Oh my gosh, bro.
I don't know.
That shit crazy.
This nigga's nasty, bro.
Ben Simmons is mid, just like Westbrook and Dame's career.